Thank you for coming back to Polka Dot Mailbox, and if you're new, welcome. Today I want to just create something out of a old envelope and use this window that's here. So I've opened the bottom and top now so that it was evenly spaced, and I can adjust it as I like. But I'm going to try to think of which way I want it to open. So I probably want it to open this way. There we go. Okay, so here is the start of what will be my little project here. It's going to get covered with papers, and then I'm going to put something under here so that it has this beautiful window. I'm just going to go collect my materials and get started. Okay, so I'm back with my scraps. Literally just got scraps of paper that I have ripped up like off the edges of pages, and just things that were left over from the last project that I was working on. Book pages, scrapbook pages, magazine pages. And I'm just going to go through and start gluing all of these papers to, I like this side of it, to my envelope without any real rhyme or reason. Actually, I really like this on there. And I'm just going to start collaging all of this. So I've got some wax paper that I'm just going to use so that I don't get any glue where I don't want it. And this is one place that I'd like a definitive edge because it's going to fold there.
So I'm now going to speed up the video so that I can show you a little bit of the process that I use and some of my thoughts surrounding how I create my collage. And I really try to use a mix of materials that have pinks, whites, ivories, and have some that have like an antique look, and then others that are a very soft pink. I typically have been doing a mix of straight edges matching the envelope ends, and then other times I overlap the edge, which I will cut off later. I like to have all of the interior pieces have torn edges, with the exception of the straight edge against the window. I want to make sure that that is a clear, defined spot, and then I can overlap things afterwards in that area. So I've used some scrapbook papers, some book pages. This is from the All Heart collection, and it was just something left over from my last project. If you watched my junk journal that I created from an old book, I really enjoyed that project. So there's an example where I hang it over the edge because I really want the flowers to go all the way up to the edge. This is a new tool that I got this weekend at a scrapbook event. It was an all-day crop with creative memories, and I just happened to come across some of their straight edge tearing rulers that I really would have loved to have had, but they have either discontinued them or they're not currently in stock. But she had one here that I used that was on clearance. I have to say I really love it. It wasn't the exact shape that I had been looking for, But in the end, I'm really happy to have it, and I will keep my eye out for more of a straight torn edge ruler as well. And I'll probably get another one of those in the future, but I really like the look that this is giving here. So I was happy to have that little find this weekend. And then I'm going to use a combination of papers on each side of the envelope that are balanced. I'm trying to keep a mix on both sides of the same sort of materials so that there's that continuity, even though you won't really see them together because one will be the front and the back.
Okay, now that I have significantly made a mess of papers on top of this envelope, I can go around and cut the edges off. So I can just go around with my scissors and cut off any of the excess overhang. I haven't done overhang everywhere, but I can cut it off the edges where I have. Okay, and now you're starting to see the formation of my little booklet. Love the way the vintage is right on there. Oh yeah, that looks really cute. So I'm going to go around and stitch the edges now and add that detail. Actually, maybe before I stitch the edge, maybe I'll come in with some of this gold paste again and edge around. And then the stitches will sit on top of it. This green defines the edges more. My fingers are already all dirty from the previous gluing exercise. Maybe I should ink the edges as well. I should have done that first. So while I'm letting this gold dry and before I stitch it, I'm going to come in with this mylar paper. And what I want to do is I want to add a layer of shine underneath there. So I'm just going to cut a little strip of this. I'm just going to go in with some tape, nothing fancy, and just tape that right in. So I decided to use one of my Minte papers from the Better Times collection. This is something I have been holding on to for a really long time because I absolutely love it. And I just wanted to show you what I'm thinking about for the main focal point. So you could put a tree in there. You could do one of these images here. That is pretty neat. I almost wonder if it might be better without this. Let's look. Because it might be hiding the image too much. It's more vibrant. Do we want it to be more vibrant? Oh, kind of throws off the colors to have it be that vibrant. This was the one I was thinking of here. And actually, with this one, that might be nicer without it. So you can really see what it is versus with it. I don't know, it actually, with it, it gives a little more vintagey look. I think we'll keep it. I think we'll keep it, and we'll do this image right here. And we'll put that in as the focal point. So I stitched it, and I actually spritzed it. I had to do it outside, so I didn't get to show you, but you can see everything has this haze of pink splatter to it. And it's subtle. I covered the window while I did it, and it's just added a slight little detail. So, but we can go ahead and add this in here. So I'll just cut that out, tape it in there, and then we're going to cover the back. There we go. So that is our cover. I'm going to come in with this all heart paper that I use in the background here. So it's got a little bit of that look, and you can see it's kind of well matched for the inside. I could do that one, or I could even just do the plain pink again. That might be nice as well. So I will cut that to match and adhere it on. So I basically just line this up right next to it, and then go in and cut. And I'm going to stitch around the edge before I put it in. So I could do either of these, but I think I'll just go with the pink. I actually went back in and trimmed it a little bit shorter to let this stitching and original envelope shine through a little bit. I'm still going to go ahead and stitch around the edges, ink them, maybe gold, put gold on them, and then I will come back and show you how it looks. Okay, so because I realized that some of the tape was overhanging here, I came in and I taped the edges all the way around. Trim off excess, so that at least it's consistent, so that there's a shiny edge everywhere. Since you're going to be able to see the edge, it was okay as long as it was consistent, and it won't actually even be very obvious that there's tape on there. I'm just going to come in. I did decide to go ahead and use the floral side, and I'm just going to go around with my double-sided tape, and I am going to adhere this to the edge. So all the edges are taped. And now I just need to go ahead and adhere this to my envelope. Just going to go in to the edge as my guide. That's the most important aspect, if that lines up. Now it folds. So here we have it. So the last step of my little notebook is to take my tea stained papers, and I just have 4 sheets here, and I just folded them in half and put them the size of my notebook. They sit inside there, and I just have to go ahead and stitch this in. And it sticks out the edge a little bit, so it provides just a touch of that peeking through. And open it up. You just have pages. So I've got my kit from Beebeecraft with all the embroidery floss, my little template that I made, my book to bind things, and I've clipped together my notebook to hold everything in place. And I'm basically just going to use this template to show where to attach all of my stitches. So I'm just going to go in with my awl, and because it's not a huge book, I think I can just go straight through the end there. So there's the first hole where I want it. The nice thing about this is I can actually pick it up and look. And my last one in. I don't even know if you need to measure when you've only got one signature going in the book. There we go, and it's all being held together by my clips. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to do 3 lengths. 1, 2, 3. To make sure I have lots of thread to work with. So we're going to start going in through the center. Pull it out, leave that there, come up, and then we're just going to come up through here. And then I'm going to go back down through here. And back up again. And through that section. And then I've got my ends I can tie around here. that. And then it should be attached, and it's tight there, so it's just blending in. And then the last step is tags that I had made previously. The advantage to having the tabs on the either end is now I can come in and attach with a paper clip, hanging over the edge with a tab. Like this. And I can do one on the back. As well. Now we have little gifts inside of the tags with the tabs hanging off with the charms. I actually had to change the charm on this one. I wanted something that would look good hanging either way. So this key hangs nice and flat for mailing, as well as it looks good. The last time I had a C on the back of here, it didn't look good because a key can go either way, but the C was very definitive, and this can go either way as well. And that is the finished project. So you can just open it up, flip the pages, and then you have places to journal or do collages or different creations. Because there's 4 pages folded, it makes a total of 8 pages, and lots of space to expand because it's pretty thin and it can definitely hold lots of more creations inside. So thank you so much for watching. I will at the end here link the video where I made these tags if you want to see the tutorial how these were put together. These are just a sampling of the ones that I created. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again next time.